Alright, before I talk about Happy Death Day to You, I forgot to talk about the alternate ending from the first one. In that alternate ending, instead of happy one, we get Tree at the hospital after the whole thing with Laurie. And she's gonna get like, they say no drugs because that could harm her more or whatever, and everything. She talks to Gregory and all that, and they leave, and then another nurse comes in with a face mask on and says that you're something. She's like, oh, I'm not supposed to have anything, and she pulls down the mask to reveal that it's Stephanie, Gregory's wife, and she's going to inject her. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Die. She's gonna die again, so it's gonna restart over again. I don't know. But yeah, test audiences didn't like that ending, so we got the happy ending. So, after the first one, there was talks of a sequel. Was it necessary? Not really. Did I want more from this world? Yeah. But it wasn't really necessary. Because, like, did we ever get a sequel to Groundhog Day? No. And usually, movies like this, if they get a sequel, it's years later, like 10 years later, with direct-to-DVD, and it has, like, a different character going through the same stuff. But they actually had the same creative team, and all the same actors come back for this one, which is cool. But creating a sequel, you had to explain some things. Like, we actually had to explain why she was going through the loop. Like, Tree thought that she was going through the loop because she had to learn a lesson. Now they're saying here it's because of some machine that Ryan was working on. The movie starts with Ryan, and he wakes up in his car, and he sees all this stuff leading up to the end of the last film when he walks in, and Tree and Carter are gonna kiss, and he's like, "Get out of here!" So, I guess in my car again. I was like, "Hot pockets and feet," and then we continue on from that, and it continues on to the rest of the film, but picks up right afterwards. And some people say, "Oh, they did it. It's exactly shot for shot," and not really. They didn't mess one thing up. There's a couple of things they messed up with the continuity of the first film, which is messed up because it's the same guy directed it. It's the same writing team and everything. There's no. Okay, so during the initial day that Tree got stuck going around in the loop, there was a guy with a trumpet playing outside. At the end of the first one, however, there was not a trumpet playing outside on the day that Ryan walks in. But I think maybe they got messed up and thought because there was a trumpet in the initial loop that there was one there too, but there wasn't. And they have someone playing the trumpet when Ryan walks by, even though there's not anyone playing the trumpet initially. And Ryan is the victim at least the beginning of this movie. I'm going to stop and say something first. I told you how my friend Big LT Radio, he figured out the killer in the first one. So, when this one was coming out, he said he was looking at the trailers, and he pointed out Ryan as the killer. And I said, what? That looks like he's one of the main characters. No, I said, I think it's Gregory, the college professor. If you've seen the movie, you're probably smiling right now, like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, because it turns out we were both right. Because first of all, I don't know about the alternate reality stuff that they end up doing, but so Ryan just gets killed. Like they reveal the whole machine thing, and then the dean comes in, which is a new character in this one. He yells at him, and he said he's sick of the blackouts, which explains the blackouts from the first one. And then said he's going to take the machine, he's going to deactivate the machine, take it away, whatever. And so Ryan's all bummed, he's on his phone, he gets a message with a picture of him sitting there. Someone's watching him, and he falls to this closet area, and he gets killed by someone in a baby mask. Well, the next day he wakes up in his car, and it doesn't take him as long to figure stuff out as it did Tree. This is the first day, the first loop. He figures out something's not right. He goes through all the stuff that he goes through in the walk. There's a dog walking at him, homeless person popping out of a bush, stuff like that. And then he tells him, he goes, I feel like what's the word? And Tree's like, deja vu. He's like, yeah, deja vu. I feel like I'm living the same day over again. And then eventually gets killed by the baby mask killer. And this is where the second continuity problem comes in. He says, I got killed by someone wearing a baby mask. And Carter says right away, Toombs is dead. No, he's not. Nope. He's probably in jail, but he's not dead. You know why? Because, once again, the director messed up, thinking, oh, we killed Toombs in the last one, so he's dead. But here's the thing. Toombs was killed on a second to last loop when Tree thought that killing him was going to end it all. So she killed him. But then when the loop reset because she ate the cupcake, the poison cupcake, then the loop reset and Toombs is still alive. She goes straight from Carter's dorm room back to the sorority house. Back to the sorority house. And ends up confronting Lori and kicking her out the window and stuff. All that stuff happened. She never went near the hospital. She never went near Toombs. Toombs is still alive. I remember watching this in the theater. He said, Toombs, he's like, Toombs is dead. I'm like, no, he's not. He's not. So they set up this trap. They say that going to a basketball game will be safer than anything. I don't know. Be around a lot of people, maybe. I don't know. There we catch up on the only appearance of the guy from the first one, the gay guy. I forget his name, but like he showed that he's with someone, and he's like, you know, he finally got another guy, you know. And they catch up on that. And then the fire alarm goes off, and Baby Mask Killer comes after Ryan. Again, ends up in the same room, but Tree swings at him and knocks him down. First, I thought she hit him with a baseball bat. And I was like, wait a minute. She hit him with the baseball bat, but she died from getting hit with a baseball bat. How was he still alive? No, it was some kind of thing. She hit him in the back. Not in the back of the head, just in the back. And knock him down. And then take the mask off to reveal it's Ryan. Huh? Turns out they're dealing with alternate realities in this version, in this sequel, and that's what happens when you hold a neon, ladies and gentlemen. And I was trying to thought, you don't do this. And this is Orion from a different universe. So our Orion decides he's going to turn the Sissy, that's the name of the machine, back on. And when he does that, the ding comes in. There's a bunch of stuff going on. I did laugh because he's punching in the stuff. The dean comes in with a couple of security guards to take him down. Ryan grabs a freaking wrench and is going like this. And he's pushing the buttons down. He's going like this. And the dean's yelling, what are you doing? It's a college student. Take the wrench. It's a college student. What are you doing? And then the thing activates and knocks them all on the floor. And that's when I was like, okay, so they're all going to be stuck in the day before? I don't understand this. No. Because we see from the trailers that she gets stuck back in the day back in the loop from the day she was in. It's just her. Now, I think maybe having not just her, but also Ryan and Carter be stuck in the loop with her would not only give us a variety of kills, which the day should be set. You know, maybe having more than one would be like confusing to do with the kill thing. But you could have like Tree get killed, and then another day Ryan get killed, and then Carter get killed, and just variety of kills, you know, pushing them throughout the thing. But it gets dragged down when it's just Tree, and then every day she has to explain to them what exactly is going on. That's one of my problems with the first one, and I forgot to mention it. But is that she has to keep on telling them. It's more of a problem here than the first one, to be honest with you, because I think she has to explain it more here. But she like opens the door, yells at Ryan to come in, and I like it later when she calls him. He has it in her phone as crazy white girl. That's a little funny. But like, so she starts to realize that that things are different here. Like, Carter is dating Danielle, and she's not having an affair with Gregory, but Lori still is. And Lori is not trying to kill her, and there's no cupcake. Oh, and her mom's still alive. That's the big one. And that's also going to cause one of my problems later on with this. And it's not just that, but we'll get to it. So she realizes that all this stuff has changed. And, you know, she reconnects with her mom, but her mom is telling her about memories she doesn't have. And, you know, that gets to her. And then she wants to be with Carter, but Carter is with Danielle in this version. And then they have to figure out the exact, like, you know, science stuff to the equations or whatever to figure out to montage, basically. They gotta get the exact, like, calculations so that they can close the loop. And so they do a montage. This time it's not Tree getting killed, but it's Tree. She has to do the research and then she kills herself. And this presents with a big problem. Not only now she gonna have to convince them that something's going on, she's also gonna have to convince them that she is doing this test for them over and over again. That's a lot of convincing. And it's brushed through, because thank God they had to have every scene with her. If they showed every scene of her having to tell them everything, it would do a montage. It would get it would get, you know, a little boring, but like, you know, overdone. But they do a montage of her. This time she's killing herself. She drinks Drano. She jumps into a wood chipper that says Biff's on the side, which is a nod to Back to the Future. She jumps out of an airplane in a swimsuit and falls right in front of where Carter and Danielle are kissing. She jumps. There's a few of them. She does. She drops a toaster in the bathtub and electrocutes herself. And then when she wakes up the next day, her hair's all poofed up. Oh, and when the loop restarts after she drinks the Drano, she like drinks water because it tastes nasty. I want something with flavor, not just water. You know, water's not gonna. I don't know. And then there's a great one. It's the last one they do, is where she jumps from the tower and she falls down, and as she's falling down, it transitions into her laying into the bed again. But of course, they have where her deaths are catching up to her, which they made it sound like in the first one, if she only had like a few more deaths in her, like a couple, and she died one more time after that because of the cake or the cupcake. And so now she's doing all this, And maybe it's, she's not really sustaining much injuries, except for maybe jumping out of the plane and jumping down from the tower, but I don't know. There's one of the loops that happens. She goes to the hospital to stop Toombs, and she thinks it's Laurie, and it turns out, no, it's not. Like, how she realizes that Laurie's not the killer in this world, it's someone else. But like I said, I was right too. There's something there. I can't get rid of. There you go. It's bugging me. I'm sorry. So, she's got this decision that she wants to be with Ryan. She wants to be with Carter. And then she also wants to be with her mom. And the last minute she realizes that being with her mom's not going to work, because she has, her mom has all these memories and all memories on the phone of stuff that didn't happen because in her world her mother's dead. And yeah, she went through all this growth in the first one to know that she, with the mother. And so she chooses Carter, but she can't get a hold of Ryan, so she drives right to a power station, causing the power to go out, causing her death, causing the loop to restart. So on this last day, then, she decides, because before they couldn't get it going because Samir looked at porn. Once they got all the right calculations, it wouldn't work because Samir looked at porn, and that's just something to drag out the plot. And then we got something else to drag out the plot. The next night, they start to do the run of it, and the Dean shows up and takes the machine away, which the Dean wasn't even part of the original of the original film. And you could say, oh, this is a different dimension. Yes, but the Dean hadn't showed up in any of the other loops thus far either. Like, the last one was stopped not because the Dean showed up, but because Tree, drove into the power station. And you could say, oh, what if she didn't go into the power station? The Dean might have showed up. Maybe, but it looked like it was too close for him to show up. Here, he shows up just as he's getting started. So they have to get the machine back. So they send in Danielle as a blind person and a blind French person. It is a funny scene, cemented by the part where she falls down, and goes, checkmate. It's kind of funny. But they get the machine back, they get it going, and Tree realizes she has to go save Laurie. Because that's the thing. We get the reveal here, alright? She gets to the hospital, and she reveals that it's Gregory. She figured out it's Gregory from the fact that Laurie was having an affair. And there's even one thing when she's in the hospital and she tells him Laurie's in danger. And he's like, I don't understand. And she goes, maybe your wife will. And then he goes off. So we get the reveal here, it's Gregory, which is what I thought it was. So we were both right. He said it was Ryan, and Ryan was the killer at the beginning. And I said it was Gregory, and Gregory was the killer at the end. Only when I said it was Gregory, well, both of us basically, we didn't know there would be alternate version stuff, but yeah. But yeah, Gregory, and then they reveal his wife is also part of it, and this is all about Laurie. Killing Laurie to get rid of the affair, save his marriage. Okay, if your wife knew about it, and you knew about it, then why not just break off the goddamn affair? Doesn't that make more sense than trying to kill her? Oh, you understand. I'm having an affair. Yes? Okay, what do we do? Let's kill her. Okay. Why not just call off the affair and say, I'm sorry. We can't do this anymore. I love my wife. We're gonna try to work things out. Boom! No, we gotta have them both be killers, and then he kills his wife for some reason, and then there's the showdown, and Gregory gets killed, and Carter shows up, and then the thing goes off, and they have a kiss. They do, they kiss. They wheel Laurie off, and then this is the end, and they kiss. Here's my problem. The whole reason why she was going back to her dimension in the first place was because she wanted to be with Carter. Well, by the end of this thing, showing us that they would end up being together anyway. I mean, because here's another thing. Danielle was cheating on Carter with Nick from the first film, his only appearance in this film. So they show that. And Tree never tells him about it. But all she would have to do is say, she's cheating on you with Nick, be with me. And they kiss at the end, which this time I really just like, because I don't understand this. She gave up her mother to be with Carter. That's why she went to go back to her world. But now at the end they kiss. So they could have been together in that universe. Well, she also has her mother. Things are different, sure. And it seems like she's a better person in that world. And she could have more friends. She might get in trouble with the dean. They actually do get in trouble in the other world too. But it doesn't make sense now why she goes back if they're going to end up together. I know it's like a last minute thing that they kiss, but fuck it. So they get back. They all wake up. Still passed out. The other Ryan is gone for some reason. There's no answer to that. And then they cut. And then they're together. It ends. Here's another thing. So when they're at the table, when Ryan first tells about what's going on, they're all sitting at the table and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And they call Tree Carter's girlfriend, and she goes, "He's not my girlfriend." And she looks at him weird, like, "Are we? Are you?" He's like, She's like, "Kinda." I'm like, well, you guys were just making out on the bed. I know, you don't have to, just because you make out with a girl on your bed doesn't mean she's your girlfriend. I'm just saying. But anyway, we get a post-credit scene. In this post-credit scene, someone from DARPA shows up to talk to Ryan and the others. And they have the sissy machine. And they want to put someone through a loop to test what's going on. And they choose Danielle. It could be a sequel with that, who knows. If it ended here, that would be alright. Because it's not really that big of a cliffhanger to continue off of. And like I said, if it ended with just the first film, that'd be fine. Because this one is it's a can of worms, that's for sure. I'm going to give it a 7, because it's good, but not as good as the first one. I give the first one a 9. Yeah, a 7 out of 10 for me. It's pretty good. So I'm going to be doing Happy Birthday to Me later. And I want to do I have 3 in my mind I want to do now. I haven't shown you like DVD collection stuff in a while. So I have my Ninja Turtle one sitting over here I'll do next. And then I got Power Ranger one. And then I got a horror movie collection set. Collections. I don't know what to call that yet, but yeah. So those will be sometime today or tonight, whatever. I also want to do a Michael Myers video, but I don't know if I'll get that one done today. But, So, what are your thoughts on Happy Death Day to you? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.